I am so glad that these creatures aren't around anymore because they are terrifying. The Hippotoporus looks like a woodlouse, but it's actually part of a group known as sea scorpions. It was 6.5 feet long and is the heaviest arthropod. It roamed the earth about 388 to 304 million years ago, and it's been discovered that this creature wasn't an active predator. Instead, it fed by using its spine-covered forelimbs to rake through muddy substrates in search of small, tasty invertebrates. Now, the crazy thing about this animal is that it lived primarily underwater, but some fossils suggest that it may have been capable of walking on land, and researchers aren't sure how they were able to survive this way. Some researchers think it may have been able to breathe for short periods of time while its gills remained wet, while others suspect it may have had a dual respiratory system. Now, a creature like this who could be in the water and on land is a big no from me. Discovered this year in 2025 from a limestone specimen in the Crato Formation, Volcanhydrus crantensis is the oldest known ant, dating back approximately 113 million years. Now, it's known as a hell ant, so I'm glad these things are around to bug us today. The species featured upward pointing pointy mandibles and a stinger, suggesting a predatory lifestyle. Due to this, I completely understand why they're known as hell ants, because that does sound like an ant from hell. Now, it's been said that this ant represents the earliest undisputable geological record of ants, which is pretty cool. At a whopping 8 feet in length, Arthropleura is widely considered the largest invertebrate to ever walk the earth. It's an ancestor of millipedes that were around for more than 50 million years. Now, they fed on pretty much any rotting biological material it came across, from dead trees to dead animals. Now, some fossils suggest that they had short and closely packed legs, which would have made it very slow, so I guess that makes this creature less scary. Now, it seems like these creatures may have ultimately faced extinction as a result of competition with some early reptiles, as they just couldn't keep up. Hallucigania is probably the weirdest bug out there, as it has 7 pairs of stilt-like legs on its underside and 7 pairs of mouth-tipped tentacles on its top side. Well, that's what researchers thought, but then, following the discovery of some more fossils, this interpretation was flipped on its head, as it was discovered that the legs were in fact spines and the tentacles were actually legs, tipped with a pair of claws rather than a mouth as was originally thought. Another round of studies in the 2000s confirmed that the longer end of this creature was its head, or at least the part where its microscopic mouth and 2 simple eyes were located. From this point to its tail, Hallucigania measures to just 0.5 to 5.5 centimeters. So it was just a tiny little thing that lived around 520 million years ago. C. giganteum was thought to be one of the largest, if not the largest snails ever, as it could reach nearly 2 feet in length. Now, imagine finding this one shell on a beach. Crazy. Now, for some context, today's largest snail is the giant African land snail, which can reach 7 inches in length and has a shell diameter of 3.5 inches. So this one is absolutely huge. Paleontologists believe this creature lived in our oceans around 50 million years ago. M. permiana was a type of dragonfly, but it was way bigger than our modern ones. Although technically not related to the dragonflies we know today, these creatures were most associated with a species of griffin flies, but close enough. Now, it was probably the largest insect that ever lived, as its wingspan could exceed 2 feet and its body grew to nearly 17 inches. Its immense size has led researchers to think that they fed on animals as large as frogs and squirrels to sustain itself. These prehistoric dragons are thought to have gone extinct when the Earth's atmosphere started to lose its high oxygen levels millions of years ago. And honestly, that's good, because I can't imagine having to try to dodge these. Solasina doesn't even look like something from our planet. It had 45 tentacle-like tube feet, which just makes it unnerving. Solasina comprises 3 distinct species, one of which was described as recently as 2019. Now, this species name was Solasina Cthulhu, after H.P. Lovecraft's terrifying fictional creation. Now, you're in luck though, as this creature was tiny, as it's only 3 centimeters in length. Now, like modern sea urchins, this creature's mouth was located on the underside of its body and specially designed to scrape algae and other plant matter from the rocks and other surfaces on the sea floor. Now, to get around the sea floor, Solasina walked on its 2 feet, just like its distant relatives starfish do today. Now, they lived about 430 million years ago and are definitely one of the strangest creatures out there. At more than 2 feet in length, Isotelus rex is the largest species of crab, scavenging the ocean floor nearly 500 million years ago. It strongly resembled a very large horseshoe crab with a thick armored shell, multiple body segments, and compound eyes. This creature managed to actually survive for some 300 million years. Anomalocaris canadensis is another strange animal that looked like a weird blend of squid and shrimp. Now, they were 3 feet long with a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. They lived 500 million years ago, and researchers believe that it probably fed on smaller crustaceans using its bizarre and deadly set of teeth. Its powerful bite was used to catch large prey. In 2024, researchers discovered an ant-mimicking jumping spider perfectly preserved in copal. It's said to be from 3 million years ago, and the spider uses its front legs to stimulate antennae, deceiving both predators and prey, which is pretty cool. Its ant-like appearance likely helped it blend into ant colonies, avoiding detection from larger predators, which is probably why it was able to survive for so long. In Columbian Cretaceous amber deposits, scientists have found parasitic wasp larvae frozen inside their beetle hosts. Now, this is essentially a snapshot of a parasitic attack that has been 100 million years in the making. These tiny wasps laid their eggs inside beetles, and as the larvae grew, they slowly consumed the host from the inside, which just sounds so freaky. This discovery is good though, as it gives paleontologists rare fossil evidence of a behavior still seen in modern wasps today.
In a groundbreaking discovery, scientists in Myanmar have unearthed fossilized cockroaches dating back over 100 million years. Preserved in pristine condition inside ancient amber, these prehistoric insects, belonging to an extinct family known as Corydaeidae, were alive during the time of the dinosaurs, scuttling through prehistoric forests alongside giants like the velociraptor. Researchers say the specimens offer rare insight into the evolution of modern cockroaches, showing primitive features like underdeveloped wings and unique sensory organs. Remarkably, their body structures have changed very little over millions of years, highlighting their incredible resilience. The discovery is helping scientists better understand insect survival across mass extinctions, and why cockroaches are one of the few creatures to outlive the dinosaurs. This rare find now resides in a natural history collection, shedding light on one of Earth's oldest and most enduring survivors.